We are at a pivotal moment in the world. At a time when we are questioning the need for currency, China, Brazil, and several other countries are seeking to replace the US dollar with crypto. Artificial intelligence is becoming normal talk in everyday language as society becomes more sophisticated, thanks to advances in technology. I am Ronaldo McKenzie, and welcome to another episode of the Neoliberal Realm podcast. This episode is entitled The World in Transition: China, Artificial Intelligence, and Crypto. Artificial Intelligence, AI, once the subject of people's imaginations and the main plot of science fiction movies for decades, is no longer a piece of fiction, but rather commonplace in people's daily lives, whether they realize it or not. That's according to Berger Thomason of Statista.com in an article entitled "Artificial Intelligence Worldwide: Statistics and Facts." Now, AI refers to the ability of a computer or machine to mimic the competencies of the human mind, which often learns from previous experiences to understand and respond to language, decisions, and problems. According to Mr. Thormodson in the article, these AI capabilities, such as computer vision and conversational interfaces, have become embedded throughout various industries, standard business process. Now, the most prominent industries for AI adoption in organizations include high tech and telecommunications, financial services, and healthcare and pharmaceuticals. You can see an article I wrote entitled Challenges to Humanity: China, Cryptocurrency, Russia, and Artificial Intelligence in the Neoliberal Corporation's More magazine yesterday. Now, a major part of real world AI has to be solved to make unsupervised, generalized, full self driving work, as the entire road system is designed for biological neural nets with optical images. Now, that's according to a tweet from Musk University on Twitter. Now, I responded by saying, agreed. What will we do with the rideshare drivers who will be out of work once AI becomes fully functional in self driving cars? Not only are we to think about the road systems, but also the human being. The more we develop robotics, human work becomes unnecessary, which affects earning potential. Unless we come up with another mechanism to base earnings, or we will live in a welfare consumer world. Elon Musk responded saying, and Tesla is getting it done. He was actually responding to Mr. Musk University, not to what I had said. Now, in response to Mr. Musk, I said, but who is working on the human and the loss of work? Who is working on revolutionizing human compensation that is tied to productivity and activity, which will become redundant to machines? For every skill or job, AI will eventually replace. So what's next and what gives? we are doing a poll on the Spotify platform. So if you listen to this podcast show on the Spotify platform, we have a poll, and the question is, which of these poses the greatest threat to humanity? Which of these poses the greatest threat to humanity? One, artificial intelligence AI. Artificial intelligence AI. B, Russia and China. C, cryptocurrency. Or D, World War III. You can participate, and we also ask a question. We also have another question that you can participate in on the community page of this podcast. The question is, where is AI headed? Where is AI headed or heading? You can participate. We will also probably create opportunities for those who don't listen on Spotify or if you listen on other platforms such as iHeartRadio or Amazon Music or Apple PA Adverb or Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Google Podcast, so on and so forth, Podvine, whichever one you listen to. We will make it. We will probably. You could actually go to the to Twitter, Ronaldo McKenzie, RENALDO MCKENZIE, Ronaldo McKenzie, and you can participate there. We'll have it available on LinkedIn and probably on Reddit. Give us a couple of days, but please participate. Thank you so much. Indeed, artificial intelligence poses serious threats to humanity. And to fix the challenge, we may have to revolutionize human systems today. This society was never built to facilitate AI. Since we moved away from the barter or exchange system to currency, which helped to maintain and extend privilege and power in the development of human civilization. The invention of currency was revolutionary, as it completely replaced the dynamic of human relations and production and created an economic system of value that resolved unfair exchanges in the barter system. Moreover, the need for a currency system in its conception was necessary to facilitate a rapidly expanding world that was developing sophistication and science in work, leading to the various revolutions, agrarian, industrial. As the world sped towards becoming industrial, moving from agrarian to the industrial, so on and so forth, currency may have been proven useful. But with the explosion of technology and its capabilities through AI, we are faced with another problem. How does the working class obtain it without the possibility of work? To answer this question critically may lead us to several probabilities that are not possible. Several probabilities that are not possible, and that this is a deep point. Listen to what I'm saying here. Listen to the point I'm saying here. I said the need for a currency system in its conception was necessary to facilitate a rapidly expanding world that was developing sophistication and science in work, leading to the various revolutions, agrarian, industrial. As the world sped towards becoming industrial, moving from the agrarian to the industrial, currency may have been proven useful. But with the explosion of technology and its capabilities through AI, we are faced with another problem. How does the working class obtain money, currency, without the possibility of work? And I said to answer this question critically may lead us to several probabilities that are not possible. This is a deep point that we will flesh out later. And when I say later, I mean we will flesh this out later. But ultimately, we may have to get rid of money or currency if we are to push the possibilities to its logical end. We may have to get rid of money or currency. We talk about neoliberal globalization, reconsidered neo-capitalism, and the death of nations. This is exactly what we're talking about. Because the dialectic of whether we live to work or work to live becomes whether we live to consume and consume to live. As technology replaces the working class work, and therefore their ability to consume and essentially to live in the new consumer society today and worse tomorrow. Social welfare will not be enough. We won't have enough work for the working class, especially with population growth and explosion and limited resources. We talk about economics study how to distribute limited resources that are limited amongst wants and needs that are unlimited. And with the possibility of global war, and with the threat of global warming, and the fact and how that is affecting food supply today. Food supply. The issue of currency and money and AI is a very ominous outlook on life. The dialectic of whether we live to work or work to live becomes whether we live to consume and consume to live. As technology replaces the working class work, and therefore their ability to consume and essentially to live in the new consumer society today and worse tomorrow. Social welfare will not be enough to deal with the loss of human labor, and thus any currency they can obtain in order to consume and live. Already, politicians politicize social programs and are busy mopping up liquidity. If you want to see how technology can upend lives and society, just visit Kensington, Philadelphia. It is unlike any place you will notice in a first world country. Deindustrialization, which is the first step in the sophistication that robotics is imposing on human life. The first casualty, the first step, deindustrialization, has affected the lives of those whom society has now rendered obsolete through technology replacement that has left many dependent on opioids for escape. Move further, China, Brazil, and several other countries today are ditching the US dollar for cryptocurrency. That was always the plan though, but the US caught wind of it and made a wise chess move to dismantle Bitcoin, which was investing in crypto, and Silicon Valley Bank. And Silicon Valley Bank collapsed as the Chinese and the US rivals were investing in crypto and through social media promoted crypto. Now, many Americans, new investors with no sound knowledge of geopolitics and Wall Street, started using their stimulus money and hard-earned savings to invest in crypto and Bitcoin. Crypto was booming. The Chinese, Brazil, Russia, India, and some other countries were hoping to weaken the US by replacing the demand and dominance of the US dollar, and was even getting the support of people in the US. Little did they know how crypto was the currency that was supposed to upend the US dollar as the main and a major the major exchanged currency in the world. But the US acted, mopping up liquidity, cutting social programs, slowing aid, etc., limiting Americans with excess cash to invest in crypto and forcing them back to work after COVID. Bitcoin and crypto collapsed and several businesses were called before the US Capitol. Many investment businesses closed and the currency plunged. Yet China, Brazil, and others are still proposing a move to replace the US dollar as their main exchange for the crypto. Furthermore, China has been, which may be a foolhardy position, but furthermore, China has been lending monies to not just low income countries, but middle income countries such as Argentina, Turkey, and so on. Now, it is hard to imagine that borrower countries may now have to use the cryptocurrency to repay these loans and to trade with China and other currencies, ditching the US dollar. However, the US dollar remains the strongest, most backed and reputable currency in the world. Nevertheless, at a time when we are questioning the need for currency, China, Brazil, and several other countries are seeking to replace the US dollar with crypto. Now, this particular discussion here is situated within a larger post at the neoliberal corporation Moral magazine entitled Challenges to Humanity, China, Cryptocurrency, Russia, and Artificial Intelligence. In that article, I go further to talk about the issue of artificial intelligence. And when we come back, we will delve into this issue of artificial intelligence some more, lifting up some more of the article that I had submitted that we had pulled from statista.com, exploring the facts and the outlook for artificial intelligence and the world. We'll be right back after this. By the way, some time ago, I had written an article, and it's also part of my new book, my second book. And I did an article in LinkedIn, an article. It's also an article in Letter of the Day article in the Jamaica Gleaner. Also had a corresponding article in podcast some time ago talking about this very same issue of who rules the world. Actually, it was first I had written an article. It was entitled "The World Now Has Two Global Challenges," and then I later entitled it "Who Rules the World," lifting up some of William Dumhorst's book and talking about the issue of Charles Perrault's book, the corporation as the corporation and the multinationals and transnationals as the most dominant feature in American life. And society, and that America and neo-capitalism, which is about greed and so on and so forth, is being taken advantage of by China and Russia, who have created a market where their citizens now can purchase goods, and because they have so many billions of and so on of people who purchase American goods and watch American TV, basketball, and so on and so forth, American corporations are heavily dependent on those markets. And so because the China, which is a state-run, has a state-planned economy, can control those the consumer behavior, then these corporations, which in a sense form the status quo, the elites, or the decision makers within our society, in a sense, because in a sense they indirectly they can be controlled by China. So the question of who rules the world now has been shifted from just looking at it in terms of American corporations to now looking at it from a perspective of China's strategy to take advantage of 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 this greed, of this of this nepotism, of this neo-capitalism. and of course moving, and of course right now what with the Russian invasion and what's going on, it's as if we are setting the stage for another, for some kind of tension. America's dominance is being threatened in the world today. But let us continue on this discussion looking at AI and how that also poses challenges to society, and talking about who rules the world, looking at artificial intelligence. We'll be right back after this and we'll delve into that. The current AI ecosystem consists of machine learning, robotics, artificial neural networks, and natural language processing. In machine learning, programs learn from existing data and apply this knowledge to new data or use it to predict data. The field of robotics is concerned with developing and training robots. Usually, the ability of a robot to interact with people and the world follows general rules and is predictable. However, current efforts also revolve around using deep learning to train robots to act with a certain degree of self-awareness. For more on the AI ecosystem, trends, drivers, and applications, you can take a look at the Statista in-depth artificial intelligence report, which shows that shows the number of startup companies today that are involved in artificial intelligence as of March 16 by category. As of March 16, 2016 by category, and I'm looking at the data here. As of the number of startup companies working in the artificial intelligence market worldwide as of 2016 by category is staggering. I'm looking at the report now, and if you can actually go to the and go to this article, and the article that I'm referencing here is entitled "Challenges to Humanity: China, Cryptocurrency, Russia, and Artificial Intelligence," because earlier we talked about cryptocurrency poses threats to humanity, and we're talking about the explosion of the technology, and also the investment of businesses in the technology, and so I am now looking at the data and the startup companies working in AI, and it has grown significantly. I think I'm looking at over 250 billion artificial investment in startup. The global AI market is now valued at 142.3 billion US dollars as of 2023, and continues to grow, driven by the influx of the investments it receives. From 2020 to 2022, the total yearly corporate increased by 5 billion US dollars, nearly doubled its previous investments, with much of it coming from private capital from US companies. The most recent top-funded AI businesses are all machine learning from chatbot companies focusing on human interface with machines. So the question is, where is AI heading? Now, the increase in AI investment is coupled with the increasing need for AI talent. Many companies have posted job opportunities for those with AI talent across IT companies or IT departments, as well as in other business areas. Organizations worldwide struggle to hire for AI-related positions because AI is moving at such a fast pace, emphasizing the critical demand for workers with such skills. The AI talent shortage goes hand in hand with the overall global rise in the AI and machine learning use, with the overall machine learning use cases throughout companies. Now, popular applications for AI and machine learning include improving customer experience and generating customer insights, as well as the newcomer of generative AI. Given the considerable and continuous expansion of the industry, we can expect to see more of AI in the coming years. Let's look at this deep learning statistics that we have obtained. Deep learning statistics, and deep learning is a subset of machine learning, which is very important to artificial intelligence and robotics, which is in turn a subset of artificial intelligence. Machine learning is a simpler tool wherein the programmer gives the AI a set of parameters that it follows. Increased utilization of deep learning has the potential to greatly reduce the manual work of programming parameters for AI. Across several industries, greater use of deep learning algorithms is likely to enable more efficient expenditure of programmers' time and energy. Deep learning is most often grammar here, before I'm attacked. Deep learning is most often found in virtual assistants, voice-enabled remotes, and emerging technologies such as self-driving cars. Again, self-driving cars, and we just referenced the issue of self-driving cars. Elon Musk, referencing Elon Musk here. Its application requires substantial processing power using GPUs with a high performance capacity to handle the enormous number of calculations needed. The deep learning chip market is growing quickly and is forecast to exceed $21 billion by 2027. And I am looking at the data which shows revenues from artificial intelligence software market worldwide from 2018 to 2025 in billions, and it is staggering. We're talking about up to $125 billion. How is it different from machine learning? And we said that machine learning operates on simpler data than deep learning and uses structured data for its algorithms. Deep learning, however, and this is important, this is important conversations, which sounds like a lecture, but it's something that is important for for us as we look beyond the 21st century. Deep learning eliminates much of the pre-processing involved with machine learning by being capable of ingesting unstructured data, such as text, and extracting the necessary data. This also means that there is a difference in the skill required to code deep learning and machine learning. Coding capabilities for deep learning algorithms are some of the most sought after by large organizations around the world. So you may ask, what is the current state of affairs? There are a number of real-world deep learning applications. However, they are often hidden behind the scenes, and the average user is unaware of the complexity of the automation at work. Deep learning is used in various fields such as financial services, customer service, and healthcare. For example, financial services rely on a large number of analytics to predict stock trading, monitor for fraud, and aid clients in building their investment portfolios. The most prevalent sign of deep learning in customer service is in the number of AI-enabled assistants, or what we call chatbots, and they are more specialized than the average chatbots that cycle through manual responses. Now, deep learning chatbots seek to understand if there are multiple responses to ambiguous questions. Depending on the analysis of the chatbot, it will then provide a response or route to a human agent. Now, healthcare is another field where deep learning has seen significant growth. Digitizing hospital records and images allows for much swifter organization and categorization of affairs, and we're talking about speeding up and increasing the efficiency of hospital work. Now, and of course, we're talking about data from as early as January 11, 2023. and you can look at you can visit you can go to Berger Thormodson article in that looks at artificial intelligence market size revenue comparisons between 2018 to 2030, and because we're looking beyond 2023 here. So the worldwide market revenue for artificial intelligence is forecast to grow significantly from 2018 to 2030. And although different studies suggest variations in just how much the global market size will increase by, the market research firm IDC projected that the global AI market will reach a size of over $500 billion by, we're talking about 2024, $500 billion. Precedent research suggests the market will grow to over $1.5 trillion by 2030. So the question is, what is IBM position in the AI market? IBM. The current AI market race is led by IBM, and that is why this question is very important of IBM, which holds a global market share of more than 9%. IBM is also the leading company in terms of active machine learning and AI patents worldwide, with more than 5,500 patent families as of November 2020. And of course, next to IBM is the global AI patent race. Microsoft and Samsung, each within 500 patent families from IBM. So of course, IBM is set to become whoever owns IBM is set to become the next the wealthiest person in the world. Albeit, of course, Elon Musk, who has spent over $44 billion on Twitter, and it's valued at what, $24 billion now. But of course, especially with the race in terms of who is the wealthiest. AI startup. Now, just so you know, the enthusiasm in AI technologies and their applications worldwide is leading to a growing number of AI startup and kindling existing companies. Their interest in this field, of course. The number of AI startup acquisitions has increased steadily since 2010, growing by almost fourfold between 2015 and 2018. Increases in AI startup acquisitions have been met by increases in funding of AI startups. Global funding increased from over $1 billion in 2013 to $8.5 billion in the first quarter of 2020 alone. And if you look at the data, which shows the companies with the most machine learning and AI patents worldwide from 2012 to 2021, and I'm here referencing Neil Jarrett Wook's June 15, 2022 article showing a data as of December 2021. Tencent was the largest owner of active machine learning and artificial intelligence patent families worldwide, with 9,614 families owned. And of course, in 2020, the company had claimed the leading position from Microsoft, now ranked 6th with 5,821 active families owned. Baidu is ranked second. With just over 9,500 patent families. And of course, the statistic is based on data provided by Patent Site. And of course, the two leading companies had a lead of more than 2,100 patent families over IBM, who owned 7,343 active patent families in this technology field. Now, guys, I'm gonna end here by saying, if you want to read about this some more, you can go to theneoliberal.com. This article is available. It's entitled "Challenges to Humanity: China, Cryptocurrency, Russia, and Artificial Intelligence," and also the one entitled "Who Rules the World and the World Have Two Global Challenges." That's in the Jamaica Gleaner. That's also in the Neoliberal Commentary on our LinkedIn page, Reverend Ronaldo McKenzie, and it's also available in the Neoliberal blogs at Ronaldo C. McKenzie at blogspot.com. Of course, this article is also available in the Neoliberal Post at ronaldocmckenzie.com. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Neoliberal Round podcast. Visit us at anchor.fm/the neoliberal. And it's difficult for me to remember the new. We haven't, Spotify has taken over Anchor, and I can't. It's not. The link is not as easily reeled off my tongue anymore. I can't say anchor.fm/the neoliberal. It's some Spotify/something blah blah blah. But I believe if you still type in anchor.fm/the neoliberal, you can still get it. And don't remember, you can subscribe for free on any stream. We are also available on video in YouTube at YouTube, and we're gonna we're gonna be setting up our podcast as well via that. We're available on Amazon, iHeartRadio, the Audible, so on and so forth. Visit us at ronaldocmckenzie.com. We have a podcast page there as well. And please don't forget to share the show with your friend. Let us know how we're doing. Subscribe for free. And please donate to us at anchor.fm/the neoliberal/support. We're going to talk a little bit about what we're doing in terms of the neoliberal and how we need your support so that we can supply our market. We have a market, but we need your help to make that into a possibility. We're all about serving the world today to solve tomorrow's challenges by making popular what was the monopoly. And we are going to be pulling the book Neoliberalism, and then we're going to make it available. And we're going to be doing some book tours coming up shortly, all over the Caribbean, the UK, the US. And so look out for that. Thank you for listening. And please send us your feedback and email us at info@theneoliberal.com. And you can submit to us your journals, your blogs, your audio messages, or if you want to include an audio message on one of our podcast shows, send us your blog, send us your feedback, send us your audios, send us your journals to submissions at theneoliberal.com. What good?